We are now going to leverage Chat GPT in order to create us the most ideal email that'll help us get recruited from these college coaches, that'll help us gain our scholarships, that'll help us become college athletes in our future. So I have already created for you the entire prompt that you need to just put into ChatGPT that'll create you a really good email to send out to these college coaches. Now, of course, we're going to have to tweak it a little bit to make it become more of ourselves in this email. So we're going to have to make some tweaks to it, but this is the most ideal prompt to start putting into ChatGPT so that you can now have a template, so that you can now have a layout of what your email is going to look like. Now, I'm going to submit this into the next lesson. I'm going to have a whole template for you guys. I'm going to put this prompt in there. That's going to be in the next lesson. So now I put this prompt into ChatGPT. And now let's see what it puts. So now it has created for me the entire email template. So for the subject, let me just go over this prompt a little bit. I put, you are an expert college recruiting email writer who understands how college track and field coaches evaluate and intermediate recruits, specifically prioritizing coachability, long-term development potential, and consistent year-to-year improvement. Now, by saying this to ChatGPT, now they're entering into a work mode. Now they know exactly what they have to do. They are now in creation mode, all right? And a couple of the things that I had to put in this email, I found the best subject to be is introduction and recruiting overview. And then put your name for that subject. This is very respectful and professional to the college coach. And you're always going to start with dear coach and his last name. You're not his friend, so you're not going to put his first name, or you're not going to just be like, hey coach, whatever. Be respectful, or dear coach Bob, or whatever. My name is Patrick Dubois, and I am a senior at whatever high school with a strong passion for the 800 meters. Now, that's a sentence that isn't that strong for the first sentence, so we can also tweak that a bit to make it even better. But I'm going to start filling out that I would like for you to make a more engaging hook for the coach to show that I am a dedicated runner. Have it be not generic. Okay? See what it put. I always believe that the difference between good and great comes down to who shows up ready. See, now this is not even good. I would rather, because this is just cringe. So we would just go with the my name is, I'm a senior at high school. Now I'm gonna start filling in the key points to where I need this email to read as if I'm the one speaking. So I'm going to start putting my name, and you also have to put your coach's name and have him as a contact, because that's going to be your reference, and this is going to make you seem more reliable. So now that the coach from the other college can now call your coach to see how you are as an athlete. Are you coachable? Are you a runner who progresses a lot? Are you a runner who listens to what the coach has to tell him? So that's why we put our coach, his name, and his contact info. My coach's name is Chris. Captain America is my dad for right now, okay? Chris Evans. His contact info is 973. Let's just put it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. whatever, just puts that. For right now, I'm just giving an example. My informer is... Okay, let's just have these key parts fill in. All right. Now it's got my name. My high school was because I'm very interested in joining your program and continuing to develop as an athlete. We continue to a team that values hard work, loyalty, and consistent improvement. Okay, getting somewhere. Here's a summary of my academic and athletic profile, 800-meter personal best. Now, I want us to show our progression, because how you can capture a coach's attention and make it become more memorable is not just only by putting the time, but by showing him your progression. Now, that could just be your first ever 800-meter race. If you ever ran the 800 meters the first time ever and you ran a 2:32, and then now you're running from joining the sub 2-minute program. Let's say you're running a 1:58. Okay, so let's make sure to include the progress so that this really makes it memorable for the coach. All right, so I'm going to put, I want to make an impression and stand out by showing my progression from 2 years of going from a 2:31 to a 1:58. It could be anything, it could be any progression. From 2:40 to a 2:10. From a 3 minutes to 2:40. Okay? And you can use my example. 2:16 to 1:55 in 3 months. That would capture a lot of coaches' attention. If you have that short span of a progression, that can really make it more memorable for the coach. So let's include this progression in there. I have worked to improve my 800 meters from 2:31 to 1:58, a progression that reflects my dedication to consistent training, learning, and pushing past my limits. I'm reaching out because I am very interested in joining your program and continuing to develop as an athlete. All right, cool. Now, I also included the GPA, because the GPA is important for a coach to know if you're a good student or a bad student. Now, this is why I tell you, start focusing on getting A's in schools, all right? This is why I tell you to start focusing on getting A's in school and A's in all your classes, okay? It's because it's very important that you are showing that you are a dedicated student as well in the classroom. Because a coach isn't just recruiting an athlete, he's also recruiting you as a student. Because if you are going to be on the team, he wants to know that you are going to keep up with the grades. He wants to not deal with any eligibility that you're going to have to sit out on the sideline. And as long as you don't have like a 2.1, you'll be fine. So make sure to put that GPA in there to show that you're actually working hard in your classes. And it doesn't have to be something, you're not going to show all your transcripts in this email. You're just putting a GPA, and that's all you really need for now. Until you really get into contact with the coach, that's when you start talking more about transcripts and transferring more of your academic grades and everything like that. So now we have all this info in here. Okay. We got the email. All right, here's a summary of my academic. Now, it's not long, it's short, simple, and sweet. And this is what we have to start out with, okay? We don't want 3 pages where coaches are just going to put, did not read, because a lot of coaches do that. They put like too long, didn't read, TLDR. Yeah, some coaches do put that. So make sure that you're not putting out super long emails to where the coach just doesn't want to even look at it. Coaches are busy. They're doing their day-to-day tasks to plan for the practices, all right? So make it short and sweet and simple by using the prompt that I have given you. And This is how we are going to leverage ChatGPT to create us the most ideal emails to start getting recruited by college coaches. Okay? Now, once you get your ideal email, once you get the email that you're going to start sending to college coaches, I want you to start sending them out today. Okay? If you are a junior in high school, I want you to just send out one email. Now, pretty soon, you're just going to develop into getting more emails out throughout the day. Just send out one email for today. If you're a senior, send out 2 emails to college coaches. Okay, but we really want to get to the point where you're sending out 5 to 10 emails per day. If you're a senior and you're really looking to get recruited quickly, it's going to be around 10 to 15. The more outreach you put out there, the more you're going to get responses. All right, it's a numbers game. And you want to have options when it comes to colleges. You want to have the options. And this is the first step into getting recruited to college.